all. We're going to let everyone check in. Give everyone a few minutes.
Okay.
While you're checking in, let us know where you're painting from.
Now tonight's session is for who?
Tonight's session will be, I'm partnering with Usborne Books and More, so I'll show them the magic painting books.
Okay. Oh, those were the books you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very cool.
People are checking in. They're not saying where they're from.
Yeah, feel free to let us know where you're painting from. If an Usborne rep sent you to us, who they are, feel free to tag them so they know you're watching.
There we go. We got Deanne Davis from Iron River, Michigan.
Hi, Deanne.
Jessica says hi. Doesn't say where she's from.
Hi, Jessica.
Brittany Wardian from Bullard, Texas. Awesome, Texas.
Welcome, Brittany.
Let's see here. Jessica Waitkowski Dick from... I can't read that. UBAM leader here. UBAM leader here.
That's a U.S. Books and More.
Oh, okay. I was like, UBAM, I've never heard. What is that? Oh,
UBAM.
Latham, New York. Okay,
Awesome.
that's where she's from. Latham, New York. Okay, Nicole Servino from New Jersey.
Hi, Nicole.
We got Ruth Lyons from Orano, Maine.
Hi, Ruth.
Oh, okay. Deanne Davis says, came here from Beth York's library Book Nook, Usborne Books VIP group.
Awesome.
Nidhi Sharma from New Jersey. Karen Zevely, hi, I'm here with my daughter from Vancouver, Washington.
Welcome.
Okay. Awesome. All right, we got some people there checking in now from all across the country.
Give everyone like 5 minutes, so you can get your supplies.
What do they need?
You'll grab your drinks if you're having a drink tonight. You'll need your canvas, your paints, your brushes, a cup of water, paper towels, some plates, 2 plates probably for mixing.
Okay.
One for your paint, one for mixing. And we'll go over all of those items.
Kaylee Covero is here.
Welcome back, Kaylee.
Awesome.
I'm excited for this one. So did you guys, whoever's watching, did you guys already print your car and trace it, or are we sketching it? We're hand sketching it.
We've got Megan Black from Utah.
Welcome, Megan.
And Brandy Jensen from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Cool.
The
All over.
Bellingers are here.
Welcome back.
Awesome. All right, people want to paint tonight.
Good.
Jackie Forrest's back.
Welcome, Jackie. Thank you so much for sharing.
Kaylee says she has a peach cooler in her hand.
There you go.
Tammy Blunt Drews
Welcome back.
says,
Tammy.
yeah, we're back with you tonight. Tammy and
Awesome.
Julia from Beechwood, New Jersey.
Thanks, guys. We love seeing your shares, and when I can see them, I always try and comment on them. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. We appreciate the shares and following us, and I'm just a mom. Just a mom. I work full time, but I like to kind of spread some joy while I can't be out and doing this in person. So thank you.
And you said anybody traced? Yes, Deanne Davis said I traced
Great.
already online. We've got our cars already traced on our
Good
canvas.
deal.
This is Karina.
Okay.
And yeah, Brandy says I haven't traced yet, but I have it cut out.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can, well, it's up to you. You can
Okay.
trace now. Or
Yeah, audio is not so hot. Can you speak up a little, please?
Yes. Turn your volume up on your end as high as you can. I am not a good speaker when it comes to vocalizing. I'm not a shouter, sorry. Keep reminding me though. Mark will keep telling me to
Yeah, speak up a little bit.
So yes, please keep reminding us. Sorry.
Okay.
So I'm Jennifer, Mimosas and Masterpieces. Mark is behind the computer giving us your check-ins and your questions. He'll keep reminding me to please speak up, slow down, do that again please. So he'll be your guide as well. So we decided to partner with Usborne Books and More. We have a couple of reps that are partnering with us, and you're welcome to, if you don't have an Usborne rep, you can reach out to us and we will put you in contact with somebody. The reason that we decided to partner up was they're taking these magic books and they're looking for sponsors for the magic books to get them into specific assisted living communities, nursing homes. Especially right now where we can't go and visit our loved ones that are there. These are awesome books for them to keep active, keep, cognitive abilities up. They're beautiful. I was given one yesterday by Jessica Chin, who is an Usborne Books rep. And so what they are is a book, and they're black and white pages when you open it. Come a little closer, how's that? They're black and white pages when you open it. It comes with a paintbrush. There's a ton of different titles available. And then what you do is, and I had to test it before I showed you. So you just use the paintbrush. You dip it in a little bit of water. And the paper is like already
They can't
colored.
see that. You
They
have to
can't
lift
see
it up. Yeah, they
Okay.
can't see it.
All right, sorry. So black and white, and then when you dip your paintbrush in a little bit of water, the paper is already, there's like ink in it. So it's like a watercolor where you're painting over, and every section is a different color. How awesome is that?
Yeah, that is
This
awesome.
is so cool. This is great for kids. This is great for adults. And you don't have to paint in them. You can use colored pencils or whatever, but that's all you do. So you just rinse your brush in between each little section that you do. And that's it. How cool. So these books are $10 a piece, I believe. And then you're just going to reach out to your Usborne rep to sponsor a book for $10 if you would like to. If you don't have one, please feel free to message us at the end, and we'll put you in touch with somebody that is doing these. And of course, if you want to buy them for your kids or yourself, because I will probably be doing this myself.
Teresa Nichols says she's here. If you need orders, you need to fill in orders.
Okay.
Well, well, no, maybe I'm wrong.
I'm like, okay. we have a bunch of reps with us, so you'll go to the rep that sent you to us to watch the live. If you don't have one, we'll put you in touch with somebody.
Yes.
All right, so I guess with that, we'll get started, okay? Let's go over all the supplies that you need again. Your 16 by 20 canvas is on an easel. If you have one, it's helpful, not required.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to use a pencil to do your outline if you don't have one. We will go over step by step how to draw it. It may not look exactly like that, and that's okay. This one will definitely not look exactly like that because I'm not going to trace it. We'll go over step by step drawing it. You're going to want a cup with water to rinse your brushes. You're going to want paper towels to dry your brushes.
Okay.
You're going to need at least one flat brush, either 3/4 of an inch or an inch wide for our background in large areas. And then you're going to need a smaller round brush. The smaller this brush is that you have, the smaller or finer your details will be. So keep that in mind when you're choosing if you have a couple to choose from. And then our paint. So 2 plates. One will be the plate that you put your paint on, and the other plate is for us to mix when we need to mix colors. So for this one we needed brown for the bottom area. And feel free to keep checking in if you guys are still checking in.
Will you go over this, briefly once we get started?
Yeah, before we
Just in case we got late people.
before we paint, I'll go over again the supplies. So brown, I'm gonna use a little bit of red. I'm using probably about 1/4 to 50-cent piece size amount of each color for now. You can always add more. You can't really put it back. So
Yeah, we just got Nick from Bridgewater just
Hi, Nick.
joined.
Welcome back again.
Yep, we're just getting started here.
So again, your supplies or your canvas, your 16 by 20 canvas, unless you're scaling down
A little louder, please.
or up. Your 2 plates, one for your paints and one to mix on. Oops. Your easel, if you have an easel. And then our paints, we're going red, yellow, brown, blue, black
Red,
and white.
yellow, brown, blue,
Black and white.
black, and white. That's
Yep.
a lot of colors.
That's all of our primaries, plus black, white, and brown.
Okay.
Of course, if you have purple and you want to do a purple car, you can always grab your purple and do a purple car. Otherwise, we're just going to mix the purple.
Okay.
Okay. So let's get our outline down. So we're going to outline or trace, kind of get our shape of the car in so that we can paint around it and then inside of it.
So you're going to get the outline done right now?
Yep.
Okay.
Outlining first. So I'm going to do mine in marker so you can see it.
Okay.
And you can do yours in pencil. All right?
Are you going to paint over it?
We're going to paint over it. People always love to call me during lives.
I don't know why they do that.
And I turn the notifications off. Okay. So we're going to start with this section of our car. So it's kind of, a trapezoid shape. The top part of it is a little bit shorter than the bottom part of it. Okay? And we're going to just use rounded edges here. So I'm kind of giving it a rounded edge. And I'm about halfway up in my canvas to start, sorry. Okay? So we're going to come down on kind of a curved angle here. And we're going to round out that bottom edge. So this is a little bit shorter
Okay.
than
Then
this
the bottom.
down here, and you just want rounded edges.
Okay. Could you go over the colors again real quick? What colors are we supposed to have? White?
Colors are all your primaries: red, blue, yellow, black, white, and then brown.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, Nadine was asking.
No problem. So again, about halfway down, I started with a line about, I'd say, 6-7 inches wide, curved edges, and then came down out a little bit wider, and then made the bottom a little bit rounded, round corners here, and a little rounder around the bottom. And that's kind of the bottom of our bug.
Now, before you said that you were using the Sharpie just so they could see.
Yep.
If they want to use the Sharpie, can they use the Sharpie?
Yeah, they can. Sometimes your paints just don't cover it as well.
Excuse me.
Okay, we're going to do this almost the same thing for the top part of our car, the roof. So I'm going to use this as my bottom area and come over a little inside of each one of these. It's almost a continuation. Go up about 2 or 3 inches and round out that top and come down.
Okay.
Again, this is not going to look exactly like this one. And you can always play around with the paint. Once you kind of have an idea of what you want, then once you're painting it, you can always kind of fix those imperfections and go, oh, we need a little bit more over here.
Okay.
Alright. So the next part, I'm going to add the bumper to it. So it's kind of like almost a big smiley face down here. So I'm just going to give it about 1/2 inch down on either side. Come over a little bit higher here. And then about 1/2 inch, you want to keep this going all the way, about the same width all the way around.
Okay, that's your bumper.
That's your bumper. And for those who are drinking, have a sip.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Alright, the next part we'll do is the inside here. So I'm going to start actually with the 2 lights. So it's 2 circles. So on my left side, I'm going to start with a circle that's about 2 inches wide, a 2-inch circle.
All right, could you talk a little louder? Talk to the microphone in your
Sorry.
phone.
About 2-inch wide circle here.
Okay.
We're going to do the same thing on this side. You don't have to be exact.
They don't have to be as big?
You don't have to be exact.
Okay.
Like, you know, they don't both have to be 2 inches exactly.
Okay.
Again, we can fix that when we're painting, so just an idea. You're going to want a smaller circle inside of those.
Oh, okay.
So this might only be about a 3/4 inch circle. You didn't know you were going to have to do measurements tonight, did you? Sorry.
Okay.
Alright, and now we're going to kind of get these highlights of the hood, okay? So I'm going to start almost in the middle. Come down about maybe a 3/4 of an inch, and just give myself a dot there so that this is sort of the center. So I'm going to start with a light line down the middle.
And that's the hood of your car.
This is the center of your car. And then we're going to round out each side. So it kind of goes this way, like a J,
Okay.
and this way, backwards J. It's like that classic mouth nose for every animal that we draw, right, as kids.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So now I'm going to finish each one of these by, it's almost like a heart, like you're coming up and around. But this, I'm going to bring down and around the light. So down and around the light, so it sort of connects there.
Okay, I see.
Okay, so we're going to do the same on this side. It's almost like a heart. We're going to bring it up, down, and around the light. So I'll give you guys a minute to get those in there.
Right, we're just sketching right now.
Yep. Anybody need a repeat on supplies or anything like that? Just let us know.
I think everybody's moving along pretty well.
Alright. We're going to come down to our tires. So right below where each of your lights are,
Remember to talk loudly.
right below where each of your lights are, we're going to do a tire. So it's just the bottom of an oval. You can make this as long as you want to. This is probably about 1 inch long, not 1 inch wide, just rounded edges. So below each one of these, same on this side. Might need to make that a little bit wider. Again, once we paint, you can always make it wider then. You can add your license plate here if you want to, right in the center. And we'll probably paint over some of this as we go. It's okay, we'll just paint it back in, so don't worry. The rest of our bumper is 2 little curved lines. It's almost a curved oval here, almost like a jelly bean shape or a little kidney bean shape. Just goes over the bumper, onto the car, and below the bumper. So we're going to do the same on this side. Oops. Kind of that little kidney bean shape. I know you can hear everything upstairs, sorry. Alright. We're going to finish the inside part of our car. So I want to do our seats first. So our seats are 2, again, it's almost like oval or tombstone shape. 2 tombstone shapes inside the car for the backs of the seats. Okay. this is kind of has a little bit of thickness to it. We're going to do this area. So I'm going to come up, down a little bit, back up, kind of follow the shape of your seats and the edge of the roof. And that's that part.
Can you please speak up? Volume is on max, and I don't know what is wrong. I can't
Okay.
hear you.
Sorry. Can you hear me at all?
Very, very, very slight.
Alright, so we have our tombstone shapes for the backs of our seats. We have the rest of the roof part. We just need 2 little mirrors. So I'm doing a straight line on either side. This is kind of where your hood meets the roof of the car. And then from each one, we're going to round out that top and bring it in. So we're going to round out the top and bring it in.
Okay.
Again, you can change the shape of those when you're painting.
We got a bunch of people that just came on, and they missed a lot.
Okay, so I'll let you guys kind of look at this. Let me go over your supplies again. So supplies again are your 16 by 20 canvas on your easel if you have one.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to use a large flat brush and then a smaller brush for detail. The smaller your brushes for your detail, the smaller your lines will be. You're going to use, so you need a cup of water to rinse your brushes, paper towels to dry your brushes. I have 2 plates, one for mixing on and then one for our paints. And on our paints we have blue, red, yellow, black, white, and brown. If you have purple, you can add purple to it if you want a purple car. So some people wanted a purple car.
Oh.
And you can make your car whatever color you want. You don't have to follow my rules. There's no rules in painting.
And also, if you're really, really far behind, you can also just wait for the video to be put out as soon as we have an event. If you can't catch up, then you can always go by the video.
Yeah, we'll post the video in the event at the end of this when it's all over, so people can go back to it. So you can share it if you want to share it, or you can let the rest of your team know, or you can go back to it yourself. But I'll keep repeating some steps though. So we did the bottom part of our car was kind of that trapezoid shape with some rounded edges. It started about halfway down our canvas. Rounded edges. And then I went to the top. Again, it's a smaller trapezoid shape, just rounded edges. We added our bumper, which is about 1/2 inch thick, kind of curved lines again. Bugs are all about curvy. Curvy lines around here of about 1/2 inch thick, all the way up and around. We added some tires. I added the rest of our bumpers here, and in the center, your license plate. The hood of your car almost looks like a butterfly. So we started right in the center, a J, and then a Q, right, back of the Q. And came back up here, and it's a heart shape almost, so that we connect these 2 lines. So from the top coming around to the bottom, from the top coming around to the bottom. I didn't do our lights, so our lights were about a 2-inch circle and then a smaller one inside.
Oh.
You're going to use 2 tombstone shapes for your headrests or the backs of your seats.
Tombstone?
Tombstone shapes. And then we're going to follow that around with another line. We're going to dip down in the center there and follow back around, and that's the rest of your hood. I'm sorry, the rest of the roof of the car. And then our 2 little mirrors, just a line out about 3/4 to 1 inch, up and around and over. Same on this side, about 3/4 to 1 inch, up and around and over to connect it. Now for the top of your car, most of you are doing books. or packages. You can put whatever you want up there. If somebody wants a surfboard up there, you put a surfboard up there. This is your car. So we're going to go ahead and do the books. You can do this now or later. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You can make these books however big you want them, however small you want them.
I've got a question.
Okay.
Needy Sharma says, I don't have white. What should I do?
White is pretty pivotal in painting. I don't know.
You can't make it?
Well, you can't make white. White is a primary color. You can try and add some water to your paints and almost do a wash like a watercolor. You can try that way.
So then she just dipped the brush in a little water and
You
used
might
that
be
as
able-
white.
Yeah, so you might have to use the canvas as your white. So you may have to kind of use all the colors around it.
Okay.
So if you dip your brush in a little bit of water before your paints, you might be able to see the white through your canvas and use it that way.
Okay.
Almost like you're doing watercolor painting.
Very
Right,
creative.
it's not really white. Alright, so we'll get another 1 or 2 books on our car over here. And again, mine are all on an angle, so mine are going to look crazy.
Okay.
Alright, I'll let you guys catch up to that.
So tomorrow, what do we have going on tomorrow? Do we have an event?
My glass is broken.
Oh no, I need to get you another one?
My favorite glass is broken.
Uh-oh, I can't get another one of those.
It's alright.
We'll still get you a glass?
Yeah, it's alright. We'll get there. Might have to drink that fast, that's all. Alright. So what we have going on for the rest of the weekend, or the rest of the week into the weekend, it's a busy week. So tomorrow we are doing the lighthouse painting. That's this guy.
Okay.
Again, all of our events are free. Come on, hop on with us. Gratuities, tips are definitely accepted, but not expected. We appreciate them. Our lighthouse painting, we left lots of room here for you guys to make sayings on it. If you have a Cricut, you can make lettering and you put lettering on it, or you can paint them, or you can use a Sharpie later and write your sayings on there.
Brandy Jensen says, I just realized we picked up a metallic black. Is
Oh,
that
cool.
going to work?
Sure, that'll probably look really cool, actually.
All right.
Yeah. That's neat. It's okay.
Good.
What do we have for Friday? So that's Thursday. Friday is... What's Friday? You have the list. I forgot.
On Friday,
Oh, Blossoms.
blossoms.
Friday is our Blossoms night. So we're doing this one. This is actually a Paint It Forward event. This is for the Mandel Ladies Auxiliary of Fire Company number 3, which I belong to. We've had to cancel all of our events for the past 3 months, of course, all of our fundraisers. So I'm trying to do this one, and any donations or tips that come in are just going to be donated right to the Ladies Auxiliary. So join us for this one. Saturday is... I think we have 2. We have 2 on Saturday?
No, Saturday is Jersey Shore.
Nope, Saturday is Jersey Shore. So that's this guy. It's Jersey Shore night for all of my shore folks. Everybody that knows me knows I don't like the beach. I like the boardwalk. So that's where my sky ride comes in.
Don't talk bad about the beach. The beach is beautiful.
I'm not a sand person. So join us for that one.
And Deanne Davis says, so anyone can join for your lighthouse or blossom
Yeah,
projects?
anybody.
Yes, at
Yeah.
any time. You just come on and join us.
Anybody, anytime. We have had people from all over the world. We've had someone from
Japan?
and France, and of course, we have lots of Canadian neighbors that love to join us. So it's so much fun. So definitely come on and join us.
Okay, and then she says, how would one submit donations for these classes or tips?
In each of the events, I always will post where something is getting donated to, or we'll post a PayPal or Venmo link later at the end of the event.
Right.
Thanking you all for watching, and you can use that if you choose.
There we go. All right, I think everybody's ready to rock and roll.
Right, so last thing I want to give it is our horizon here. So where our ground meets the sky. So we're going to go just under probably the mirror area. About an inch under the mirrors. Is that level? Probably not.
Yeah, Brandy says, yes, for firefighter wives. My hubby is a firefighter with our town's volunteer fire department.
Yes. Yeah, we are volunteers, so we had 3 or 4 events for the last few months that we've had to cancel. So we're kind of bummed about that. And we're very small, so every little bit helps us. So we are kind of missing our flower sales and curry casserole sales. So we thought this might help since it's kind of around Mother's Day. It's a great painting for Mother's Day, which is next week or the week after.
Yep. Kaylee says, I'm just going to throw this out there, but I think we should do a mermaid painting. Cough, cough, wink, wink. And the Torres family just checked in from Central Florida.
You got it, Kaylee. I'm working on a mermaid tail. I don't know if we could do the top of a mermaid, but definitely a mermaid tail.
Come on, you could do the top of a mermaid. You could do a gnome. You could do a top of a mermaid.
All right, let's get started painting, guys. Are ready? So we're going to start with our large flat brush. Always rinse and dry before you start painting. My paper towels.
I thought you had some already pulled out.
I did, but it soaked up my wine.
Oh. Oh, you need another wine glass.
That's okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. So we're going to rinse and dry that flat brush. I like to work from top to bottom. So we're going to start with our sky. In order to get that kind of like purple color, if you don't have purple, we're going to mix just a little bit of red. You can mix on this plate or you can mix on your separate plate, whatever you're comfortable with. Rascal, get down. Oh my goodness. A little bit of red, a little bit of blue. I'm just going to mix. You only need a little bit for right now. So I'm getting that dark purple color, which is fine. Just want to take a little scoop of white and lighten that up. So a scoop of white right in there. And we're going to lighten that up a bit. Okay. What's that light kind of lavender color? So I'm going to wipe this. So I'm going to use horizontal strokes. Right to left, you're going to use the wide side of your brush, not that side. You're going to use this side. You get more coverage. So right to left strokes. Grab the tops and the sides, the edges of your canvas as you go. You're going to bring this down about 2 to 3 inches. So just right to left strokes on your canvas. Grab the top sides of your canvas. Over here, sorry.
There we go.
Thank you. You have to pour it.
Yes, I do. Let's pour it for you.
Okay. My. Alright. So your purple, if you want to lighten that up, you're just going to grab a little white and you can go over it with a little bit of white.
Are you speaking loudly?
They can hear you more than they can hear me.
That's not good.
Alright, just right to left strokes. Back and forth. So give me 2 to 3 inches here. And you're going to rinse and dry this brush when you're done. We almost lost the camera.
What happened?
Rascal jumped on the table.
Looking for food. That's why he's licking on me.
He's like, yeah, Dad, you got food. All right.
I shouldn't have never gave him none.
Mm-hmm. All right. Once you have your purple in there, we're going to go down to this pink color. So we're just going to grab a little bit of white, tiny bit of red. Red goes a long way. So a little bit of red in that scoop of white, so you have that pink color. So I'm just going to kind of overlap this purple color with about a brush width. And start with that. Okay, right to left strokes. So we're going to blend right on canvas, okay? So we have about a brush width. Then I want you to brush this up into the purple a little bit. So right to left strokes, blending up into the purple. So right to left, blending up into that purple. So you have a nice smooth transition of color.
And what colors are you using?
This is just a little white, scoop of white, and a little bit of red for a pink.
Okay, and for the one that doesn't have any white, it's just going to be
So
red
you're
and
just
water?
gonna use, yep, probably red and a little bit of water. Hopefully that works, sweetie. Sorry. Okay, same color. Now we're just going to come down again about 2 to 3 inches. Grab the edges of your canvas as you go. If you go over some of your pencil lines, it's okay. You kind of have them as a guide, that's all. Again, you're gonna rinse and dry that brush when you've got your pink on there. That's feeding the duck. That's okay. Next,
Everybody's doing good.
next color we're going to go to is a little bit of yellow and white. Okay, so it's scoop of yellow, scoop of white, just mix. A little bit of yellow, a little bit of white. We're going to do the same thing. Large flat brush. We're going to do about 1 brush width, overlapping that pink color. So about 1 brush width, overlapping that pink color. And then I want you to blend up into the pink again. Right to left strokes, up into that pink color. So you have a nice smooth transition.
Okay.
Almost going to get an orange color there, which is what you want.
Yes, Kaylee says, sippy, sip, sip. Are you going to take a sip?
Kaylee, my girl, love her.
Mm-hmm. I remind you to take a sip.
See, I need plastic glassware because this doesn't break.
I was thinking about that.
Hey. Now, same thing, we're going to come down again. Use the rest of your yellow. Do a couple of inches on this side and then a couple of inches on the other. This is just yellow and white. Keep using using that right to left stroke.
Okay, just speak a little louder into the phone. You can hear me because I'm sitting right directly behind the phone, so definitely you can hear me. The microphone is pointed in my direction, so you're going to hear me well. But she has to speak up loud so that you can hear her. And you need to turn up your volume to the max.
Again, yeah. All right, once you have your yellow down, then you're just going to grab white. We're going to finish this with white. And come all the way down to our horizon. So, again, we're going to start with overlapping about one brush width there. Blend up into that yellow. Blend up into the yellow. And then white all the way down.
And you said the white was just about one brush width.
Yep, about one brush width. Make sure you grab your edges again. So you just want a light yellow color down here. Almost white. Same on this side.
It's all right if you paint on the car?
It's okay if you paint over it. We'll paint over that when we get there.
Okay.
So you're going to just bring that all the way down to your horizon line. Grab the edges of your canvas.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to rinse and dry that brush. Next thing we're going to do is our ground. So you can make this whatever color you want if you don't want like a dirt road, but we're going to go with brown. So I'm going to start with a scoop of the brown. I think I have burnt umber. It's usually what I have. Yeah, burnt umber. Doesn't matter. Brown. And I'm going to add just a little bit of yellow. It kind of softens it up. So brown, a little bit of yellow, just mix. So I'm going to start at our horizon line. I'm going to start coming across, nice and straight if we can. I want to cover my marker lines here if I can.
Okay.
And then we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to use our flat side of our brush, right to left strokes where we can.
But don't paint over the car.
You don't have to. If you do, you do. It's okay.
You'll still be able to correct it.
I'm kind of taking the edge of my brush, that flat brush, and kind of pushing it down at the edge of the car and then pushing to my left here.
Okay.
So I can still use that right to left stroke without going over the car. But if you do, you do. It's okay. So putting it on the edge of my car and pushing my paint to the left.
I guess everybody's doing okay.
We're going to come down about 4 or 5 inches here, okay?
I'm not going to go all the way.
We're going to go 4 to 5 inches to start. We want to add some other color to it too. So 4 to 5 inches of this brown color. Working our way down the canvas.
Where did you find this music?
Royalty free music.
Karina says we are still on yellow.
Yellow, okay.
All right.
All right, we'll slow down a bit.
And coming down after yellow is what? White?
Yep, after yellow is white.
And you said,
And then I just mixed a little bit of my brown.
Okay.
Scoop of my brown with a scoop of yellow and mix just to kind of get a lighter shade of brown there.
that's what you do. That's what you're gonna do now.
That's what I have here, is the brown with a little bit of yellow
Oh, okay.
in it. Yep.
You said about 4 inches down.
Yeah, about 4 inches, 4 or 5 inches, give or take. It's okay. Nothing has to be precise.
Okay.
Using that right and left horizontal stroke. We'll give everyone a minute to catch up.
You caught up with everything coming up this week up to Saturday, right? You didn't do Sunday. Sunday's the Scouts.
Oh, the scout painting is upstairs.
That's okay.
So we have a painting for anybody that you know that's in a Girl Scout, Boy Scout, Cub Scout, Brownies. They have a painting or a crafting badge, I guess. And we're doing a free paint for any scouts. And of course, anybody can join, but it's kind of to help you guys have the scouts earn their badges. So we have a jar of fireflies at night. We have some glow-in-the-dark paint that we've picked up. You can always add that later. And then your fireflies will glow in the dark once you put the light on them. It's really cute. You can customize so that your troop number is in the back kind of glowing. So that is on our page as well.
Right. So scouts of all type can still join.
Yep, that's Sunday. Again, another free event.
That's a Sunday at 12.
Sunday at noon. Yep.
Okay.
Sunday at noon.
Right. That'll round out our week. That'll end our week.
We have a busy week. We'll be here overnight.
Okay. Yep. Just speak up a little bit more when you continue.
Okay. So with our brown, that darker brown, we're going to now add another little bit of yellow to it. So another little scoop of yellow to that brown. And we're going to add just a touch of white to it. So we're making a lighter version.
Okay, now while you're making that lighter version of brown, could you go over the primary colors that you began with?
What we began with was blue, red, yellow, black, white, and brown. If you want a purple car and you have purple, you can add purple or you can mix it.
Okay, that was for Nandita.
Okay.
Because they just joined in.
Okay, so yep,
And I need to let them know that if you can't catch up, you can also watch the video after this event is over.
Yep.
Because we will be posting it immediately after we finish doing this.
Yep.
So you can take your time and you can still get through making the painting come to life.
Yes. Okay, so this is that lighter color. I used the same mixture that I started with, the brown and yellow. I added a little bit more yellow and a little white to it.
Okay.
Just to make a lighter version of it. We're going to use that same technique where we go over about a brush width over that color that you have.
Okay.
Same thing on this side, about a brush width. And then I want you to blend up into that color.
We're going to blend up.
We're going to blend up. So you're blending those two browns together.
Okay.
So blend up into that darker brown. Again, you'll take this color and come down another 3 or 4 inches.
Okay.
Grab the edges when you remember. It's okay if you got to go over these little edges, these little bits in here. We'll go over those later.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. So you'll have about 2 inches of space left on the bottom of your canvas, okay?
Okay.
About 2 inches here. So what I want you to do, once you have that 2 inches, same brush, you're just going to grab white. Right on that brush. Same thing. We're going to go over that area again in about a brush width of white. And then you're going to blend up again, just like we've always done. So take that white, we're going to blend up into that lighter brown color. So blending up into that lighter brown just to kind of combine the two. And then you're going to take white all the way down to the rest of the bottom there. Fill that up.
Now, what about Needy? She don't have white, so she could take the brown down as lower,
Yep,
lower than
you can
2,
go all the way to the bottom then with
all
it.
the way to the bottom with the brown.
Yep.
Or can she go like almost to the bottom and then use water?
Yeah, you can do that. Because yeah, your canvas will be your white area, so you'll just have a little bit of brown.
Or just do it all with the brown all the way down to the
You
bottom.
can do that too.
Yeah, Angel Abrams says, "Oh, I missed this one.
It's okay. You can
I'll
come
do
back
it
to
tomorrow during the day." Yes, you can always
Yeah.
do it tomorrow.
That's
We'll be
right.
posting the video as soon as we're done here. Sorry you missed it.
It's okay.
And we'll be back on tomorrow, the day after that, the day after that, and the day after that. So
We will.
just pick a day, pick a painting. Go to any event and see what painting it is, and if you like it, then join us on that day.
Yep. So I'm also, with my white that I've taken all the way down,
Okay.
I'm going to grab just a little bit of yellow and kind of blend it in there. So just a little bit of yellow,
Okay.
and then we're going to just blend that in really good. So you'll have some yellow.
You
some-
just put some yellow on the corner.
Yep, just a little bit of yellow on the corner of my brush, and I'm just kind of blending that in there. You can add it until you feel happy with it. If your paint feels like it's too stiff, you can always add a little dab of water to it. That will help help move it on the canvas.
Okay.
When you're done with that, you're going to rinse and dry. Give everyone a minute or so to catch up. So I heard a mermaid for the next one. What's another one?
Yeah.
Give me some ideas, because we're coming up to May, I think, and there is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 things in May, but we have to plan weeks in advance, because to order your supplies, we want you to order as soon as you can, because it's taking so long to get supplies. So
Yeah.
I would suggest Michaels.com. They seem to be probably the quickest. Amazon is really touchy. We do, however, have links on our website, mimosasmasterpieces.com. There's a link that says virtual paint night link, or virtual paint night supplies. There's a tab there, and it's all of the items from Amazon that we've ordered. You're welcome to order right from there. You click it, it'll add it to your cart. But just check your shipping. Check your shipping dates, because some are like 2 days and some are like 3 weeks. So just check.
Right now, Nandita Goel says, "Are you going to do a painting tomorrow?" Yes, we're doing a painting tomorrow. What are we doing tomorrow? We're doing the
The
lighthouse.
is tomorrow. Yep. This one's tomorrow.
Yep. And Sam says, "Awesome." And Angel says, "My birthday is in May. I'm super excited for whatever will be that week."
Me too. What day's your birthday?
Yeah, what day?
buddies?
Do you have any May dates already
We have a
lined
bunch
up?
of May.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we have a bunch of May. Bunch of May dates. Alright, so once you rinse and dry that brush, I'm going to have you take just a little tiny bit of black. just a little tiny bit at a time on your brush.
On the corner?
So tiny, tiny. You can do it on the corner, wherever, but just a little at a time. The black, a little goes a long way.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have you rub this kind of underneath your car. This is your shadow of your car. So I got a nice big chunk of black there, which is, that's what happens sometimes. But so you're just gonna kind of smooth that out, blend that in underneath your car for your shadows. So I'm going on the right side of each tire.
With the black.
Just with the black. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, tiny, tiny bit. And again, I'm just gonna kind of like rub it next to each of the tires. It's kind of a little shadow there.
Now Jessica says that can you explain the brown layers again? My computer froze.
Yes, sure. So your first brown layer is the brown that you have added with a little bit of yellow. So you'll take that down about 3 to 4 inches.
Okay.
Once you get that on there, then you're gonna add a little bit more yellow to that.
All right.
Right? Is it just that yellow? Yep. A little yellow and a little white, I think I added.
Yeah, a little yellow and a little white is what you did say.
So top part, this is brown and yellow.
Okay, right there.
Add white, add a little bit of white, a little bit of yellow, that's a little bit lighter. And then you're just gonna take and bring that down here, and then you'll just go to white. White all the way down with a couple of little yellow streaks kind of blended in there.
Okay.
Rinse and dry in between each of your layers.
All right.
Okay.
And now you're using the black?
Now I'm going to black for some shading here for underneath our car. I don't know if I'm happy with mine. Whoops.
Okay, so now birthdays. Kaylee says hers is on the 13th of May.
That's right. On the 14th. That's right. We were birthday buddies, Katie.
Right, and on Wednesday, on the 13th, we're doing the purple moon tree.
We are doing the purple moon.
Okay.
This is for Kaylee's birthday.
Angel's birthday is on the 14th.
Yay!
On the same day as you.
Right, Angel.
Angel Abrams, same day as you.
So we're doing this one on the 13th.
Yes, that's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's Kaylee's birthday.
Yay.
Then Karina says my daughter's birthday is on the 23rd.
Cool.
She's a tween, and we'll have to have a birthday during social distancing. Oh yeah, that's right.
I know.
Yeah. Is there one on the 23rd? Do you have it that far down? I see the 17th.
I don't know if I have it on the 23rd yet, but if you want to ask her what she would like to paint, we'll make something for her. So message us at the end of this. Ask her what she would like to paint, and let's put something together for her birthday, okay?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
Okay, now the last one before you continue is Tammy Blood Drews says Julia will be 16 on May 28th.
Yay. Sweet 16.
Yeah, but wow, you and Angel born in the same day. Wow. Okay, Janice Annette Stokes Nauman says I am on May 16th.
Awesome.
Do we have an event on the 16th? Yes, that's a Saturday. A rainbow, PIF.
Yes. It's a Paint It Forward. I just posted it right before we started live.
Okay, wow.
It's the unicorn with the rainbow for those that asked for the unicorn and the rainbow.
Okay.
But it's also a Paint It Forward event where we will be donating any of your donations that you decide to send in. We'll be donating them to Wise Animal Rescue, which is where we got Rascal in December.
Right.
They've been awesome. They are also running right now, which some of you that were with me last weekend at this point, I don't even remember what day it is anymore, guys. They were doing a paint your portrait sort of thing. So you can either submit a picture of your pet.
Right.
So you submit a picture of your pet, and they will assign it to an artist. And the artist can be anywhere from 3 years old to 50 years old or whatever. So you don't know what you're going to get. So we offered to paint a portrait. So we got this guy, this is Chucky, and we painted him. So you submit your picture, and it's a $20 donation to Wise Animal Rescue. And then you'll get a copy of whatever your artist creates. Now it could be just on an 8x10. Somebody sketched it. It could be a painting. You don't know. It's kind of like.
Is it possible really it's going to be a 3-year-old going to try to do a paint?
Yeah. We have seen some really cute kids drawings. They're awesome.
A 3-year-old, seriously, maybe 5, right? Maybe 5 or 6.
Alright, that was exaggerated. Or you can also sign up to be an artist. So you just email them and say you'd like to be an artist and you'd like to help with the paint your pet portrait thing. And that's on our site as well.
So no, a 3-year-old would be like, nah, I can do this. I can do this.
Alright, you think we're ready to go?
Yeah, you're doing good here.
Okay. So the next part we have to think about is what color you want your car. So do you want a purple car? Do you want this kind of teal colored car? What color car do you want?
Oh, okay, they can choose any color.
You can make whatever color you want. So for this teal color, I mixed a little bit of blue and a little yellow. I think today I'm gonna make it a different color. I'm gonna do an orange one. I'm gonna do an orange car today. So you can use whichever brush you want, but because there's a lot of area here, I'm gonna stick with my larger brush for right now. And you can switch back and forth to whichever one you feel comfortable using.
Just to answer Nandita's question, on May the 1st, we're doing the blossoms for the Pay It Forward, Pay It Forward event.
Blossoms is a Pay It Forward event.
Right, we'll show that again before we end
the
the event.
for you guys. Okay, and they're all in the events tab. When you go to our Facebook page, scroll over to events, click events, and everything's listed there. There's half a dozen to a dozen of them at this point, and they're all free ones.
And okay, Karina says, yeah, my daughter loves horses. She'd love a horse painting. You do horses, right?
It's a tricky one. That's tough.
Really?
We will figure that out, though. I do have a horse one. I have a horse one. I'll practice that, and then we'll put that up. Just send me a private message. Send a message to the Mimosas page so I remember, because I'll forget at the end of this. So it's been a rough day. When I close down tonight, I'm going to be done.
Katie says, great minds think alike. I chose orange for my car earlier.
See? Birthday buddies.
And
Right.
Brittany says, how do you make the green color?
Okay. So that green color that I have, you're going to start with a scoop of blue and a scoop of yellow and mix.
Okay.
And then you'll kind of see whether you want to add more blue to it or more yellow to it, depending on what color shade green you get.
Okay.
And then you'll probably add a little bit of white to that. So for the orange, I'm going to mix a little bit of yellow, a little bit of red. We'll get an orange color going here. Let's see what we got. Most of your paints, like your red paint, sometimes your blue paint even, they're almost all see-through, so they're kind of transparent. So you usually want to mix them with another color.
Okay.
So, especially your red. So if you go to do red right onto the canvas, you're going to be able to see through it. So you always want to add a little bit of something to it. So I added yellow to it and it's still red. So I'm going to add more yellow. Another scoop of yellow. Let's see what we got. Uh-oh.
Excuse me. Nancy Ann Wortman says, 4 of us are painting with you. The girls are doing their own thing.
Good.
And my hubby and I are painting VWs.
I love when you guys send us your pictures, so that's another important thing for me. You know, when we do in-person events, when we are, you know, actually physically painting with people, we get that. My favorite part of the event is getting everybody together and getting a picture of their painting. And we don't get that doing it this way, other than when you send us your pictures. So we want you to send us your pictures, send you with your picture, have someone take a picture of you holding your painting so that we can see what you did.
Yes.
What would be even better is if you can, on your picture, if you edit it, if you're good at, you know, just adding words to it, say where you're from. If you're from Albuquerque, New Mexico, if you're from Hamburg, PA, I don't care where you're from. It's so neat to see so many people from around the U.S. tonight get together and paint, because you can't do this. I can't do this in a studio with all of you from all over the world.
Yeah.
So it's so neat to see where you're all from. I love seeing your pictures. We love seeing you guys go rogue though too. I had somebody paint. We painted gnomes the other night, and somebody painted an octopus. You know?
Yeah, but it was good.
As long as we're inspiring you to create, that's what we want. We don't care if your painting looks like ours. We're just happy that you're creating.
Yeah, that you joined
That's
us,
all.
and we're just here for a
Yeah.
stress-free,
We just-
drama-free moment.
Exactly.
You know, just to relax and just have fun and paint and smile and sip and whatever.
Exactly. All right, so I've got my orange color here. It's kind of more like a salmon color, I suppose, but that's all right. So I'm going to start painting my car. So all of the areas of my car that are that darker color.
Okay.
So we're going to go around the outside, kind of around the outside of this heart thing. And if you want to move to the smaller brush, I'm probably going to move to the smaller brush. It might be easier to do. So you'll switch to your smaller brush. Make sure you rinse and dry before you start. So you're just going to paint the outside areas. You'll paint the outside of your lights. You'll paint around this kind of heart shape of the hood, up here, and your roof.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll start with that. So, and if it's a small area, instead of kind of holding your brush back here, I like to call it pencil grip. You can use this kind of like your pencil grip. Use your pinky to stabilize, and you can kind of get the edges a little more easily when you have some control.
Okay.
Alright, so we're going to start with that.
And the pinky keeps your hand steady so you
Pinky kind
can.
of keeps your hand steady so that you have a little bit of control over where you're going. But
Okay.
let your fingers work for you. Let your wrist and your fingers kind of do the work.
Now you know Kaylee's Canadian, right? Proud
Hey.
Canadian.
Yay.
Yeah, we gotta go to Canada.
Yes. I said I've never been to Niagara Falls, so I would love to do that. When we're out of quarantine, that's where we have to plan a trip to Canada, that's all.
I'd go anywhere in Canada. I'd be happy to go to Calgary, Montreal.
Now down here you might go over your lines, that's okay. We're going to outline later, so don't be afraid to go over the lines if you need to, it's okay.
Yeah, Toronto.
We had a bunch of families that were, I don't want to say a bunch, but a handful of families that were from St. John's, Newfoundland.
Yeah, that's right.
We had a little boy whose birthday it was, and we actually found a bakery out there and sent him a cupcake for his birthday. Since it was the first week that we were doing this, we did a birthday party painting for all the kids that, had to miss out on their birthdays for the last 2 months.
Yep,
that was
still
fun.
kids missing out on birthdays.
Right, yeah, there will be. It stinks. But we took the first night we did this, we did our, the lovebirds painting. We did a mommy and me, or we did a single one. And you guys, I didn't even think about tips or anything like that. And you guys were so gracious to send us tips that we just took all of that money and we started sending birthday presents out to all the kids that missed their birthdays.
Seriously, it was a lot. A
you
lot.
at the post office every day. So it was just so awesome. I mean, it's great to give back while we can. We're more fortunate than most, I shouldn't say most, we're more fortunate than a lot of people out there. So we always try and pay it forward whenever we can.
Yeah, I gave those postal clerks $20 each because we were bringing so many packages to send out all over the place. And they was looking at me like, what is
Really?
all of this stuff? But I gave them $20 for being so nice about it.
So again, we're just using that main color that you want your car to be. We're going all the way around the outside of your lights, around the outside of that kind of heart shape of the hood, above your bumper, around the top edge of your roof.
Pretty good, pretty good. It's coming along pretty good.
Everyone a minute. Take a sip if you're taking sips.
Yep, right about now it's a good time. Pretty good.
Alright, so what I'm going to do next is I want a lighter version of this color. Because I need to make some darker, I want you to take just a little bit of that color, maybe a little scoop or so of that color that you made.
Yeah.
We're going to add a little white to that. So you're going to add a scoop of white to that color that you made, so we have a lighter version of it.
And if you don't have the white, then you can put
Don't
some
have the white,
water
then
in
you
it, should
can-
make it a little lighter, you think?
So depending on what color you have, you might want to add a different color to it, depending on what color you made.
Okay. So it doesn't have to be white, it could be just another color to blend into that color.
Yeah, so we want kind of this area to be lighter
Right.
than the rest of the car, because that kind of pops out a little bit. So with your lighter version that you made, so this is my original version, this is my lighter version.
Okay.
I'm going to paint these two guys in, these two heart-shaped areas in. Again, don't worry if you go over the lines. We're gonna do outlines later, and that really helps kind of define everything when you outline. I'm gonna leave, if you haven't covered already, just a little bit left, maybe an inch or so, about an inch of the bottom open. So I'm not gonna paint that part in.
Okay.
And then you're gonna rinse and dry that brush.
Needy says, just asking, how much longer will this take?
You probably have a good 40 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you still got the detailing
Yeah,
to
we have
do.
lots of details to go over. Some painting that has lots of detail and is not just a landscape will always take about 2 to 2.5 hours doing it this way.
Okay.
But you can always stop if you need to stop and then come back.
Come back later and watch the video.
Either later tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, if you got to take a break or you got to leave.
I'm gonna lower this since that seems to get really loud.
Okay.
Alright, so now we want to kind of make a darker shade of whatever we're using. So if you're using this green color, or you're using your purple, you're going to want to add, so I didn't really add too much in this one. You're going to want to add something to make it a little bit darker. So in the purple I would probably add a little bit more blue to it to make a kind of a lighter or darker version. In the green I added probably a little bit more blue or a little tiny bit of black.
To make it darker?
You just want to make a darker version of what you have here.
Alright.
So I'm going to take that in another section.
Okay.
I'm going to add a little bit of red to it to make that sort of a darker version. And then if it doesn't get dark enough, then I might add a little bit of black. It's always touchy to add black to it.
Okay.
Kind of goes to gray really fast. And that is our bird, Holly. Sorry if you can hear her. Okay. So there's kind of like a red color. It's darker than what I had. So you're going to do that darker color down here on the bottom of these two sections. And sort of like we blended up here, I'm going to sort of do the same thing and kind of bring it up into that lighter color.
Okay.
Bottom up. From the bottom up. Same thing on this side. We're going to go down around the bottom, and then we're going to kind of just lift that color up into the lighter version on here.
Okay.
You can add a little bit of this darker color in here, in between these V's and that V area. Kind of anywhere there might be a shadow. So I'll come down here around the bottom of the lights as well. Down on the bottom of the lights. And come down here in this V area too. I'll probably add some black in there too, but that's alright for now. We'll just add a little bit of that darker color down there. And then I'll add a little bit up here on the roof where our books are sitting, or your packages are sitting.
Yeah.
There's kind of a shadow there where your packages are sitting. And then we're going to rinse and dry that brush. So while our car part dries, I'm going to have you have a little bit of fun. Make your books or packages whatever colors you want to. So this is kind of your creative time. You make these guys whatever colors you want. You can make light pinks, you can make blues, you can make them all brown, whatever color you want your books. So I'm just going to do a mix of different colors that I've done. So I like to sort of vary them. So I don't want to do a yellow book right here. I won't really see it. So I'm going to sort of contrast the colors a little bit there.
Is it really a book or is it it's a
could be
package?
Well, for the Usborne people, they're books.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're doing them for.
Okay.
So it's their car carrying all their books.
Oh.
Lots of books.
Now I understand.
It could be packages. You can make whatever you want. You can add so once your book's dry, then you can go back with either a brush or a Sharpie, and you can write titles on the books if you want to.
Okay.
Do a little blue one. Again, this is a good time to use your pencil grip, pinky to stabilize where you can. Don't stick it in your wet paint. Don't stick it in your wet paint. Don't stick your paintbrush in your wine glass.
That's happened before.
We had an oops once before. Rinse and dry between your colors. Purple. Again, at the end of this, when you guys are all done, we want you to send in your paintings. We want you to send pictures of you guys doing this. So our email is mimosasmasterpieces@yahoo.com. There's no and in there, just mimosasmasterpieces@yahoo. You can send them there, or you can send them in the messenger of the Facebook page. You could do it there. You can do it right on the page when we're done painting. You can post your photos right to the area where we're painting live.
Okay, I have a question from Joel. Says, oh wait, maybe they're talking to each other. You might have already said this, but do you put a base in your canvas before you start?
I don't, because I'm kind of using a pre-coated or pre-gessoed canvas. They're just Michael's store packaged, nothing special.
Okay.
Yep. You can get a variety of canvas anywhere from, you know, a canvas like this can go from anywhere from $2 to $50 depending on the type of canvas and how thick the frame is. I mean, nobody's going to be able to tell except for like maybe a real artist how much your canvas was. The only thing I said that there's differences on is, where's the one that we painted the other day? So there's certain ones depending on how they're stretched. Like this is super loose.
Right.
Versus these guys. This is really tightly stretched. And I mean, I think it's just kind of trial and error depending on where you get them. These canvases were actually from Jerry's Artorama. That's one of the other supply places that I use just to try and get you guys supplies in your hands. But these are just Michael's value pack of canvas. That's it, no secrets. I have in the past, I have a big thing of gesso, which is kind of like just a coating white that has a little bit of texture to it. If I have like really old canvases, then I have my son come down here and just gesso them all and kind of cover all the old ones so that I can create new samples. That's really the only thing that I do. Doing. When you guys are done with your books, if you want to kind of give us some likes or hearts so that we know you're ready to move on.
Yeah.
And we'll move on to the next step, but we don't want to rush anybody. No rush, guys.
Yeah, everybody's pretty busy.
So let's see, we got to scout painting, which I can bring down and show you later. On May 8th, we have one for dancers called Curtain Call. There's, I don't know if you can see that painting back there, it's probably covered, but I can bring it out later and show you. There's one for dancers, so anybody in dance troops and dance groups, ballerinas, tap, there's one for them. And anybody can do it. It doesn't have to just be dancers. On May 9th is Wesley's Ninja. I have a little buddy named Wesley.
He's right in between the two pictures.
So Wesley asked us for a ninja block person. So we created Wesley's Ninja for all the little boys out there that want to paint and want to paint something a little more boyish. So we have that guy, and that is on May 9th at 3 o'clock. On Sunday, May 10th, we have another Paint It Forward, and that is this moon with a scroll tray. This is an MS fundraiser, so a very good friend of mine, Cheryl, has MS. She organizes all kinds of MS walks, is working on ending MS. So every year I've done a painting fundraiser for her in person, and we have not been able to do that this year. So
right, so now we're going to do it
dedicating this one to Cheryl for Ending MS, and her donation information is on this event. So any tips or anything, we ask you to donate right to her, not to us. But everyone really loved the scroll tree, so we created this one. And then the next one is, I think, the palm tree, right?
Yes, on the 13th. No, on the 13th is the purple moon tree.
That's the 13th one. This is our birthday.
Right.
Birthday paint night. That's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it
Yep,
birthday paint
that's
night.
you and Kaylee's birthday paint.
Birthday paint night for all my birthday pals.
And then we have on the 15th, that Friday,
Is the palm
the
trees.
palm trees.
So that is this one on Friday. We had some requests for palm trees. So for all of you that couldn't go on vacation, let's just pretend we're there. Alrighty, those are the upcoming events other than our Paint It Forward for Wise Animal. I don't have that painting right here.
Okay.
So, but the event's posted. We'll get a mermaid one in there for you. And I have a butterfly one coming. Somebody requested, where'd they go? Somebody requested a mommy and me butterfly.
Oh.
So that was on one of the last ones. So we haven't posted this one yet, but your two sides will go together. And you can scale this down to smaller canvases, like a 12 by 12 instead of 16 by 20, but anyway. So mommy and me butterfly painting will be in May as well. All right.
And we still have people still working on their hoods.
Okay. Ask us questions. Anybody that's done and you're kind of like bored, ask me questions. I need to know what to talk about. Help me.
Right, there's some people that are still on the hoods of their cars.
Okay. So yeah, we'll slow down a minute. What else do you guys want to see? What do you want to paint? You guys inspire me to keep creating and doing more. So when we first realized that all of our events were canceled for the end of February, March, April, May, I was like just kind of devastated because it's like 3 months worth of income that we've lost.
Yeah.
With the business, and I decided I just needed to get out there and create and just kind of pay it forward and just put some positivity out there. So that's why we started doing this, and I did not realize when I got back to my phone later that evening and saw all the messages and the pictures that came across.
Yep.
And all the thank yous that people are just kind of in a better state of mind after this. Yeah, it was, I cried and cried and cried for a while. And I thought we just have to keep doing this for this reason.
Joel,
So.
Nancy, and Megan was
Yes.
asking, how long have you been painting?
So the business itself I have only been doing for about 5 years, but I've been painting and creating my whole life. I mean, I was young as, I can remember drawing like really young as a kid. Nobody else in my family kind of had that gift, and it was never really kind of encouraged of me to kind of keep going, but I graduated from high school with art honors. The high school that I graduated from in Hillsborough, they have just an amazing art, they have amazing elective courses, and all of their art courses are just great. So graduated with art honors. I was able to do as many classes as I could, and I went to college to be a teacher. And thank God I didn't finish college. I was there for a semester. I did one student teaching job, and I was like, nope, this is not for me. And so I get out of that quick. But it kind of has always been there for me. It used to come and go in waves, and it still does. I think sometimes there could be months that I don't touch anything, and then there could be times like now where every day I'm doing something, which I love. So when you're in the zone, you're in the zone. So I love it, but yes, always. And my son, who is going to be 12, doesn't want to create, doesn't want to paint. He very, very rarely will sit with me and do something. So it's tough.
Now you got a suggestion for a unicorn.
Unicorn. So the unicorn painting is, hold on, I'll be right back. Stay right there.
That's by Needy.
Rascal, don't trip me.
And Ruth says, now that I'm all caught up, time to refill the wine glass.
There you go. Fill her up, girl.
And then Brandy and Jensen says, Mom and Son paintings.
Mom and Son, we just did the owls. If you want to go back to that one.
I don't think they can hear you.
I'm looking for my unicorn.
You're looking for the unicorn?
I'm looking for the unicorn painting. I don't know where that is.
It's not upstairs? Did you bring it back here?
Where did it go? I don't know. It's so weird. All right. Well, unicorn painting we'll have to find. Down here? I think so.
And somebody before that said horses.
Horses. So here's, how about this for a horse one? This will be a little bit of instruction, but here's a horse one. I don't know where my unicorn is. So the Paint It Forward for Wise Animal Rescue is a rainbow with a unicorn on it. You want to check that out. Or you can join us for the horse one, and we'll make it a unicorn.
There you go.
I will post that one later.
And you have Mom and Son paintings?
We did the owls for Mom and Son. So if you want to go back 2 days ago, Saturday, Sunday? What day was that? I don't even remember.
I think it was Saturday.
Saturday. So we did the owls. If you want to go back to that event, all of our videos, all of our live videos, we post right in the events, so you can always go back to them and watch them later. So that's there for you too.
Okay, Megan Black says, are you painting with acrylic or oil?
Acrylic.
Do you do other mediums?
Acrylic is my favorite. I am not an oil fan. I never really liked them. I don't like to use the chemicals if I don't have to. I mean, it's kind of, the only time I've really used oils a lot was when I was painting a chainsaw art piece. And it was an outdoor piece, so it had to stay. So once we painted it with oil paints, it had to be cured. And it was kind of like, the amount of fumes from all that stuff was a little crazy. But I'm not an oil fan. I've always done acrylic. I like watercolors, but I feel like they're not as vibrant. So I feel like I can kind of play with the colors more on acrylic. I've used every medium there is in all of my art classes. I think my favorite, probably other than acrylic, is probably, I used to be really good, it's been a while, at colored pencil, where I could take colored pencils and make something look real on a page.
Oh,
using
okay.
colored pencils. But it's been a long time since I've done that.
Sean Reed Kennelty says, my daughter Brooklyn and I are painting with you in Montana. She is a senior this year and is also an artist looking into studying either music or art education.
Keep going. Keep going. Look into definitely art education. Look into therapies. Like, this is so therapeutic, and there's got to be a way to be like a certified art therapist. I mean, the way that we are starting to recognize different, just mental health in general, there's got to be a calling for people like us. I haven't looked into it enough myself, but just doing what I do and making people happy is enough for me. I do work full time, so luckily I'm able to still have a full-time job and do this. One day maybe I will be able to drop that and do this, but for now it just brings me joy to bring others joy.
Okay, now back to the painting. Karina says, where do you put the darker color on the car again?
Sure. So on your car, you're going to come down here at the bottom of your hood area and kind of bring that dark color up with your brush into the light color. And then wherever it seems that there would be a shadow or darker area, so it would be kind of under here, under your lights. And Holly. And then up here in this area, and then I did a little under here for kind of the shadow of the books.
Okay. And she says, by the way, my daughter loves that horse. The horse that you pulled up.
Good. It might be a little tricky, but I will figure out how to instruct it. It's one thing for me to be able to paint something. It's another thing to be able to instruct it.
Okay.
All right. So let's get back, I think, to painting. Let's do, so the next thing we'll do is our gray area. So all of our like silver stuff. So for that, you're going to use a scoop of white. You can do this on your other plate. Scoop of white, little bit of black at a time, little tiny bit. Again, the black goes a long way. So you want a gray color.
So just use a little bit of black.
Start with a little bit of black at a time.
Okay.
If it doesn't seem like it's dark enough, you can add more. You can always add more, you can't take away.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to use that gray color. We're going to paint the back of our mirrors. You can reshape these however you want to now that you're painting. We're going to do our bumper.
Okay.
Again, use that pencil grip. Use your pinky to stabilize if you need to. Help you kind of get those details. It's okay if you go over your lines. Holly is a cockatiel, if you can hear her.
You think they can hear her?
I think they can hear her.
She's upstairs with Aiden.
Mm-hmm. All right, get that little bumper area in there. And I'm also going to do the back of my seats. You can make these whatever color you want to. You don't have to do gray. You don't have to do the silver color. But I'm going to create that silver color in there too. I'm actually going to add a little bit more white to that to make them a little lighter than everything else. Using that pencil grip, using the pinky to stabilize so I can do some detail and have a little bit of control. And then you'll rinse and dry when you're done with that.
Okay.
I'm still baffled by
What?
where the unicorn is.
What did you do with it?
I don't know. Weird.
I didn't see a unicorn.
Maybe it's hanging somewhere. I don't know. All right. I know I gave them the dog and the cat one that I had.
Mm-hmm.
So that gray color is your bumper, the mirrors, and then I add a little bit of white to it to get your seats a little bit of a lighter color, or you can make those whatever color you want to.
Uh-huh.
And then for our window, you can keep that white, or if you want to do white, then just paint it white. Or I'm using a little tiny bit of blue with white. So really, really, really light blue, so you can barely see that there's blue on there.
Okay.
And we'll fill that area in real carefully around those seats.
You're filling in the areas around the seats.
Fill in the areas around the seats, yep. And then you can rinse and dry. And our next step will be, we're gonna go to, let's do white in
For the headlights?
the lights, part of the headlights. So let's start with that. Just a circle of white in there. And then once I have my white, I'm gonna do some highlighting, okay? So this is those areas that kind of are bright here. So these little white areas.
Mm-hmm.
So with the white, I'm gonna go over the top right area of our light, of each of our lights, top right area. I'm gonna go over each of the top areas of this kind of a heart shape of the hood.
Okay.
So it's the top right of each of the lights, the top of the heart area. I'm gonna also do down this way, kind of the heart area, where it kind of curves around the light.
Right, the hood curves around the light.
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna do on our bumper, so all the way on the left top area, across the front of the top, across the right top. So on your bumper, it's the left top, the middle top, and the right top. Sorry, I know I'm lowering my voice. I'm sorry.
Lowering? You mean raise it up?
I know you do. So top of the bumper,
Okay.
and then on each of these little areas of the bumper, we'll go around the top of those guys. We need two little lines on each one of our mirrors.
Okay.
Kind of a little reflection there. So, two little lines on each mirror. I know we have to put the windshield wipers in, so you're still gonna want to do 2 or 3 diagonal lines, which will go across your seat, across the windshield and the seat, on both sides. So across your seat, across the windshield and the seat.
Okay.
It's kind of like that glare on the window. It kind of gives it the look of glass. And then I think we can rinse and dry. Rinse and dry, and we'll go to our black. You can fill in your license plate too, whatever color. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that with the books. So whichever color you want to fill in your license plate, you can fill in your license plate. And give it a yellow guy. Okay. and we'll go to black. Rinse and dry into black.
Okay.
So if you have a smaller brush or a thinner brush for outlining, you can switch to that thinner brush now. I'm just going to fill in my tires first with the one that I've got. So filling in my tires. Again, if you need to kind of make these a little bit bigger, if it doesn't seem like they're big enough, you can make them bigger here. It'll all come together once we outline, I promise. So hopefully everybody's okay with everything so far. I know some people get nervous that it doesn't look right. I always have to say, trust the process. We'll get there.
It works every time.
Okay, so I'm in our black, just filled in the tires. I'm kind of going to a slightly smaller round brush. If you have a thinner brush for details, this is a good time to bring that guy out now. You just want to rinse and dry, and then while we're outlining, every couple of strokes you want to rinse your brush, dry it, get it back to a point. So the most important part about outlining is keeping your brush to a point. Rinsing and drying often, kind of get that caked on paint off of it, rinse and dry, get it back to a point. So you'll see me always kind of rinsing, drying, and pulling it back to a point.
Okay.
A little bit of paint on the brush at a time, and the lighter the pressure, the thinner your lines. The more pressure you put, the more your brush is going to spread out, and it will give you a wider line. So you can do a very thin line even with a bigger brush, depending on how much pressure you put on it. I just like to go to kind of a smaller round brush for details. So again, I just rinse and dry my brush, got it to a point, a little bit of black paint at a time, and then we're just going to start outlining. So I'm going to go around the whole car first. Outside, I'll start from the bottom and go up. Use my pinky to stabilize, use that pencil grip. You have to dip into your paint often to keep going back to get paint on there. And every maybe 3 or 4 kind of dips into your paint, you're going to want to rinse and dry, get it back to a point.
And you're starting at the bottom.
Yep, I started from the bottom and I worked my way up.
Starting with the bumper.
Starting with the bumper. So here's where you'll outline your
License plate.
You can add if it's dry, you can add whatever you want on there, or we can do that at the very end. So it's really dry for you. And then in this area of the bumper, you want to bring that curved line around. And get that piece in there. Again, rinse and dry. Get it back to a point if your paint's building up there.
How will you know if your paint is building up?
If your lines start getting wider and kind of wobbly,
okay,
then you'll know it's time to
rinse it
and dry.
Okay.
Yep. And sometimes you'll pick up paint that may not be dry. So I picked up gray paint from that wasn't quite dry yet.
Okay.
So I just kind of twirl it off of my paintbrush and go back.
Rinse again?
You can rinse and dry and go back to it again. Use that pencil grip, pinky to stabilize so you have some control. You'll have to keep dipping every couple of lines. Bring those little bumper guards, or whatever those are called, bumper guards, or whatever, holding the bumper on, bring those down and around.
One more time, can you go over where you added the white highlights, please?
Sure. So our white highlights, after we have our lights in there, the white and the lights,
Right.
is the top right of each one of the lights.
the headlights.
Yep, top right of each one of those circles, those bigger circles, around the top
Of the hood.
of the hood, of the heart shape, the top of the heart shape of the hood. Down around here, which the area that comes around the headlights.
Right, but it's the hood.
Yep,
Anywhere else?
yep. And then you're gonna do your highlights on the top of your bumper.
Oh, okay.
Across the top there. Across the top of each one of these, kind of just a swipe down.
Okay.
And then for kind of that reflection look, we have two little diagonal lines on each of our mirrors,
Right.
and then two big diagonal lines across our the seat and
windshield?
the windshield. Yep.
Okay.
So two on either side. Oh my gosh. So you're going to outline those big circles inside there. Outline the big circle. Oh, don't stick your finger in wet paint. I see my lines are getting thicker, so I'm going to rinse and dry.
Okay.
Yeah, she's done it sooner over there. See how thick my line got over here as opposed to down here?
Yeah.
Rinse and dry that brush. We'll outline that area of the hood, that kind of heart shape that comes around the bottom with our J and our Q. This is the longest part, guys. I know. Takes the most time, but it brings the most realism, or kind of brings out all your lines and colors, definition, so you see what you've got.
And you still got to put the windshield wipers on it.
Yep, we'll put the windshield wipers on. I was letting that glue dry a little bit, and we have to outline the seats too.
Okay.
Didn't get any paint. There we go. Gonna get my seats. Kind of being careful not to get those little highlights that I put in there.
Right, you don't want to go across that.
If you do, you can always just go back over it. It's okay. And then your windshield wipers while I'm up here. So it's going to come from the middle of our windshield over and across into our seat. Same thing on this side, it's just on the right side of that seat area. Same diagonal line. That one got thick.
Mm-hmm.
It's alright. We'll make that one the same. And just
You haven't taken a sip in a long while.
Oh my goodness.
You just was on a roll. Detailing.
That's my favorite part.
The sip part?
No, the detailing.
Oh.
The sip part.
I thought the sip part was the most.
I mean, that's a good part too, but. Now you made me laugh.
Oh, you thought about that, huh? Had a delayed reaction.
Which is funny. I can't wait to see your cars, guys.
I don't think they could hear you when you said
Be
that.
sure. We can't wait to see them. So be sure to send your paintings to us. Not your paintings, but a picture of your painting. Picture of you holding your painting to mimosasmasterpieces@yahoo. Or in Messenger, you can send them to Messenger. Or at the end of this video, you can post it right in the end of the video.
Where would they post it in the end of the video?
Like they're making a comment.
Oh, okay, they could post it in the comments section.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I try and go back and go through all of the comments and make sure I've gotten everybody's picture.
All the comments, all the messengers,
Yep.
and then all of the emails that you get on mimosasmasterpieces@yahoo.com.
Right. So then what I'll do is we'll save them and we'll create a slideshow. So you guys can see everybody's paintings in a slideshow. And then I do also create an album on the page as well so that everybody can go back to it and see that as well. You can see your paintings there.
If you can send us comments or captions on your pictures saying where you're from,
Yeah, that would be
that would be really
awesome.
nice.
We'd love to see that. I can do it. It just will take me forever to remember to match up who sent me and where they're from.
I'll help you with that. All we have to do is go over the event and look at the comments and see who was from where, right?
Yeah.
And then we just have to match up the names. Yeah, it's a lot of names, but still.
We're getting there, guys.
It's coming along.
Don't forget to add your names in your books.
And everybody, please, feel free to let other people know that there's all of these paintings that she's done on her page here at Mimosas and Masterpieces on Facebook.
Yep.
That you can go right to the video and do it like it was a live event, and people could still paint. So that people who missed out on this, or if you know a group of people or a person that might want to relax and just paint something. All they have to do is go to the page and look at the paintings that she's painted for each event, and whatever one you like the most, and go ahead and run the video.
Just have to go into the event, so the videos are saved in the event. It's not separate on the page. It's in each event. So you'll have to go to our past events, and you'll choose from there which painting you want, and the video is posted in each event. Add your names of your books in here.
You need a string or something to keep those books together. Or they're just going to fly off the roof of the car.
So while you're doing your outline and with your black paint, I'm just going to add that string up here. So about from the center, we'll bring that down. And make a little bow on top, kind of just a heart. A heart that meets in the middle. You can add some little strings coming down.
Okay.
And while you're outlining, don't forget to put the center of your lights on here. Just a little black dot in the center. Rinse and dry. Don't forget to rinse and dry. Okay, got them all. Let you guys catch up with detailing. So we went over all of our events. We went over what we do, all of our events on the page, how to get them.
Got a few suggestions on what paint
Yes.
to paint next. Mermaids.
Again, if you guys kind of came in late, if you guys came in late and you didn't hear the beginning of this, so we are partnering up with Usborne Reps to help get magic painting books into nursing homes and assisted living communities to help keep cognitive abilities up and going. I know that my friend Jess Chin, who kind of brought the idea to my attention, she is donating to Greenola Assisted Living. So what these books do is they're black and white pages. It's almost like those the books that you use like colored pencils for. So they're black and white pages, and then all you actually do comes with a paintbrush. What you do is add a little bit of water to this paintbrush, and you go over each thing, and it's like each little area has its own paint. So you just keep painting in. So it's like really mess free.
Just from using water.
Just from using water. So cool. It looks like they're really magic. This is so cool. So yeah, these are amazing. We would love to help get these in the hands of everybody at assisted living communities all over the world. So if you have a rep already, please contact them and let them know that you would like to donate a book. If you don't have a rep, just message us and we will put you in touch with one to help you. We're partnered with several people. The books I think are $10, and I mean these are great. I can't wait to do my own myself. But these are awesome for kids. And I know Usborne does a ton of others. My son is not a reader. Hates reading. Hates with a capital HATE reading. But they have some books that have really kept his interest. Like there's a young entrepreneur. There's mechanics and how things work, stuff like that. Engineering kind of stuff. That's what he's interested in, and that seemed to keep his attention. So contact your Usborne rep to check out more. But thank you for those. So we'll post again. We'll post kind of if you need a rep, let us know, and we'll hook you up with somebody to help. We've donated a couple already, and we'll be donating more. What else did I forget to tell you? Anything? We have just 2 little things left to do on our painting, and then you'll be free to go. Of course, you're free to go whenever you want, but
okay, what are those
left.
things?
So the last 2 things we have are our highlight on the tire. So on each one of our tires, on the left side of each one, we're just going to kind of do a little swoop of white down on each one.
Okay.
And then the last thing I need you to do on your painting is sign it. Put your initials, put the date. I always kind of pick the bottom right or bottom left corner.
Okay.
However you want to do it, whatever color you want to do it in. So you'll just put your initials and date, and then you're done.
They're not done. They have to take a picture
You have to take a picture.
with them
Okay,
holding
you're
the
right.
painting and then send it in to us and let us know where you're from.
All right, that's the last step. So cheers to everybody for painting with us. We appreciate it. Put your name, you can put the book names that you like or love. I know that there's some classic readers out there, or you can make them packages, whatever you want to do. this is your painting. We cannot wait to see them. So make sure you send us pictures of you with your painting. If you remember to send us where you're from with your painting, that would be great. We usually kind of keep it open for 3 days, and then I put everything together. We'll post the photos in the event, and we'll put the photo montage together. But yes, feel free to join us at any of our other ones. Order your supplies, order your supplies, order your supplies. That's the key. We're not affiliated with anybody. We just want you to have a good time and enjoy yourself. But the toughest part is getting your supplies in your hands. It seems like I said, Amazon is kind of all over the place. So it could be 2 days, it could be 3 weeks. Just check when you order how long it's going to take something. Michaels.com I've always had success with. $59 or $49, I can't remember, and it's free shipping. You might as well order a couple of things. It sounds like we're going to be in for still a few more weeks, if not months, and we're going to keep doing this. So until we can be out again, we'll be here.
Okay, now Jessica Chin is saying,
Hi,
I will gladly be anyone's rep. If you are not working with anyone, my kids are almost in bed. I'm playing the replay and I'm doing this tonight. I'm pumped. I'm ready. Knowing I was doing this got me through the day.
Aw, me too.
And she says, I got my supplies for the May paintings and made sure of all of that.
Cool. Yes, getting your supplies is the toughest part of this, and getting stuff into your hands. I don't have supplies that I can send to everybody as much as I would love to. We just are not set up for that. But
Kaylee says,
yes.
Thank you. Jen and Mark
You're
are
welcome,
amazing.
love. Thank you.
Ruth Lyon says, thank you.
You're welcome. We're glad you guys came. We love having you here with us. I know we can't see you. That's okay. We just want to see you sending your pictures.
Yeah, that's the payoff for us.
It is. That's my favorite.
Seeing all the people's smiles
Getting
and their
your
paintings.
messages, seeing that I know that they're all the same painting, but they're all so different. I love that. If you went through, I think my favorite two that I saw from last weekend was the feather painting that we did and the gnome painting. If you go back through those albums, they're so neat. So many people we have artists. They're awesome. They're awesome.
Yes. Jessica says, I can't wait to do a class with you when all this COVID-19 is over, like an in-person one.
I know. We do love doing in-person ones too. It's a different energy about it. If you're a local, if you're in New Jersey, we do them at, so Maggiano's in Bridgewater, we are their painters. Maggiano's in Hackensack, we are their painter.
Yep.
So we travel to both of those locations.
We've been to Red Lobster.
We have been to
Been to where else?
We've done a couple of local restaurants, but I like to do fundraising events, so we've done events for anywhere from
Michael's Miracles.
We've done Michael's Miracles. We've done Jack's Kids, where we've had up to 96 painters.
Yeah.
In person, in one room. The energy is just amazing. So yes, if you're local, we can't wait to get back out with you. In August, we've moved our sloth painting party, where the Lehigh Valley Zoo will be bringing us a live sloth and some of his friends to paint with us at the Manville Firehouse that I belong to, and that is moved to August. Fingers crossed we get through this and we can hold that date, because we've had to move it from April.
Yeah.
But if you're local, we cannot wait for that event. I bought so much swag for that. I can't wait to get through that event. You guys are going to be treated well.
Megan Black says, thank you so much. Looking
You're
forward
welcome,
to
Megan.
more. You're amazing and wonderful for sharing. Nancy Sloan says, this was awesome. Thank you.
Guys.
Brandy said, thank you so much.
So welcome.
Yeah, Jessica says, oh my God, Red Lobster Biscuits is where it's at.
Right?
We were doing the painting
That's
there.
where we started. I think that was our very first.
Jessica says, thank you.
restaurant.
This was so much fun.
You're welcome.
Highlight
Thank
of
you.
my day.
Aw.
My daughter was helping with mixing colors and she loved it.
Good.
Okay, see, Jessica's from North New Jersey, South Plainfield.
Yep.
So, yeah, she'll be there when
Yeah.
we're ready and we're back to business.
Yes, definitely. We'll do this in person.
Awesome.
We had this as an in-person event that we were supposed to do, and we couldn't do it, so we decided to make it bigger.
Yeah, it turned out nice.
Yeah, we
Yes,
did this
Brooke
event.
Torres says, thanks so much. Our family had a great
You're
time.
welcome, bro. Thanks. for
And
doing this.
don't hesitate to come and join us again.
Yeah.
just come and look at the event schedule and see what we're doing.
Thanks for them on there.
We'll be on there. We're getting a new camera with a better microphone. We're still waiting for it. Hopefully when that comes in.
The microphone will be here on Monday, guys.
Awesome.
So we'll hopefully hang it right above my head so you can hear me.
And then I'm getting the camera where I'll be able to zoom in and zoom out and pan left and pan right. And
everything is taking forever to get here.
yeah, it's okay.
But we're getting there. But thank you guys for encouraging us, for your comments, your thank yous, your pictures.
Sean
We
Reed
love it.
Kennelty says, people like you make the world go round. Thank you so much.
Like-minded people.
Yes.
Thank you, Sean.
Mary Young, I enjoyed doing this.
Good.
Thank you so much.
You're
It was a
welcome,
challenge
Mary.
and it was fun.
It was a challenge. It was a challenge. I told Jessica when we talked about this, I'm like, this is going to be a challenge to do, drawing out it with everybody. But you guys nailed it, I'm sure. I can't wait to see them.
Yeah, they nailed it every time.
The gnome.
The gnome was
super
challenging.
impressed, guys. I was so nervous to do this one. I was so nervous, and you guys, whoever did this with me, the pictures are amazing.
Yeah, they are. I have to admit, they are.
So cool.
People did variations of gnomes. They did their
Yeah.
own interpretation of
I love
gnomes. It
that.
was really nice.
We like when people go rogue too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Janice
Yeah.
Annette Stokes Nauman says, thank you. Had a great time from
Janice.
H-Town.
Aw,
John and Teresa Nichols, thank you. Teresa from Ohio.
you're welcome, guys. Thank you.
Tammy Blood Druid says, thank you. Julie and I will post pictures and can't wait for the lighthouse
Yay.
tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Yes, we'll see you tomorrow.
Jessica
You'll
says,
see us.
are you sharing this? Are you sharing this to the event after so we can go back and look at it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. This video will be saved in the event. We'll post it in 2 minutes after we upload it, and it saves, and we'll post it right in the event for you.
Tammy says it was a challenge until I outlined it.
I'm telling you, the outline brings it together, man. The outline.
Kathy Sirk says, thank you so much for doing this.
You're
My mom and I
welcome.
are enjoying a special night with my oldest, and we are in South Dakota.
Awesome. I'm so
Oh,
glad.
see, Brandy says, do you have any dragon paintings? There you go. We got to write that down. Dragon.
Yeah, write that down.
Deanne Davis says, thank you for doing this. I had fun. My daughter wants to do the lighthouse tomorrow. And just
Good.
come and join us. What,
Yeah.
7 o'clock?
7 o'clock tomorrow night.
We'll be here
Yeah.
on
We
time.
seem to have a Thursday crowd that likes doing this on Thursday, so we keep going.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thank
Thank you
everybody
all.
for coming. And we'll definitely be
Yes.
back tomorrow. In 24 hours, we'll be back.
24 hours, we'll reset.
And we'll
start
be right
again.
back here and do it again.
Yep, exactly.
You got us for the whole weekend. We're here the whole weekend. Every
here
day
till
we're doing
Sunday.
something.
We're here till Sunday. Every day till Sunday.
Oh, Mary Young says, I forgot to mention, I'm from Nebraska. See, that's
Good,
awesome.
Nebraska. See,
Yeah,
we love
don't forget
hearing
to
that you
send
guys-
us your pictures, please.
Yes, we love hearing that you guys are from all over. That's so awesome.
Yeah, that really is what's impressive to me,
It
too.
is.
People from all over the country.
We were so excited just to hear people from all the way, even the West Coast. You know, it was just so neat. And then we did one where the woman was up at 8 in the morning in Japan, and it was 8 o'clock here.
Yeah, that was
7
cool,
o'clock
too.
Here. It was like, whoa, wait. So
Yeah,
cool.
that was cool.
It is so neat. So thank you guys all so much. We're signing off. You guys have a great evening, and we will see you tomorrow. You'll see us tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Awesome.